Welcome to the podcast for the sisters and bros. It will make you laugh from your head to your toes. Talking about their lives, from the highs to the lows. And the name of the title goes, The Sloppy Joes.
Welcome everyone to the Sloppy Joes podcast and a happy new year
to you. Happy birthday Happy birthday Earth, 23,000 years old today.
2023. How old is Earth? Ages.
4 billion in that.
4 billion?
Yeah. But back then it wasn't as good as it is now.
They didn't count.
It took a while to settle in.
It's ages,
It was
that, innit?
molten and fucking full of nitrogen for years.
And then trees started popping up.
Trees came way later. Trees came after the dinosaurs.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Alligators are older than trees.
I've seen Jurassic Park and there's trees in that.
Well, maybe the later Jurassic era, but the early era is the dinosaurs.
So dinosaurs was just kicking about with no trees?
Shrubbery.
What?
Shrubbery.
So they were just shrubbery?
Yeah, a lot of shrubbery. A lot of shrub work.
Do you
But
find
yeah, some animals predate trees, correct.
Why did the dinosaurs, why were they about?
What?
Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone talks about evolution.
Yeah.
Right, and I understand it.
Yeah.
But why was the dinosaur the first thing to evolve? Do you know what I mean? Bit mad, that, isn't it, in a way?
Well, the first giant thing to evolve.
Yeah.
I think it was just.
So why did we come second?
Well, let's not get into that. But there was abundance of oxygen in the world at that time, which is what led to animals being able to be so big, because you could provide oxygen to way more cells and blood and all that because of how much oxygen was in the atmosphere.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Which is why actually educated me.
Why there was loads of megafauna and all that. Then the dinosaurs died away. Little things, less oxygen in the air, all that stuff as this time went on. Then there's little things that, like shrews and all that stuff, they would evolve because they could scuttle around in the undergrowth.
Speaking
Then
of
they evolved into us.
Speaking of little things,
What?
Ethan James, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
We introduced ourselves. Don't think we have.
My name's Joe.
I'm Joe as well. This is the Sloppy Joes. Thank you very much for watching.
2023.
2023, new year, new us.
No, yeah, definitely.
Well, it's really 2022 when we're recording this.
No, it's not.
It is. And we've not even spoken about our Christmases yet, because the episode we put out on the 27th was before Christmas, so we can catch up on what was, I think, for each of us, quite a nice Christmas break. Joe Smith.
Mine was a disaster.
Why?
Because Lizzie and her mum got COVID on Christmas Eve.
Lizzie got COVID.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Well, I ain't got it.
He's a fucking mess.
I ain't got it. She was testing positive again before I saw her. Testing negative, sorry. I've tested, I ain't got it. What do you want me to do? Not come to work because I ain't got COVID?
That's true. Yeah, but what if you're one of those... Oh, fucking
Super spreaders.
So, Ethan's ill. This isn't working well, is it? You got COVID, Ethan?
No, I've just got a terrible, terrible cold.
So...
How are you?
I'm all right. My Christmas was great. No COVID. Couple of wrong uns, but that was it, really.
Yeah.
So, when you had a COVID Christmas, what was up? What did you have to stay away from people?
Yeah. Don't want to talk about that.
So I don't understand what you've done here.
So Lizzie couldn't come to our house on Christmas Day like she was
but
meant
you
to.
went to Lizzie,
I saw her later on.
and you stayed together on Christmas Eve.
No, we didn't in the end. That's the whole problem. So that was all disjointed, disrupted. I had a lovely Christmas Day.
How was your stockings?
I didn't have a stocking this year. We don't do that anymore. That was when I was a
fuming.
kid.
So what do you do? Well, tell me about
We
your
just
routine.
do a Secret Santa.
Okay.
So you just buy for one person in the family and get everyone else something from the pound shop.
Pound shop.
Yeah,
Like
just
B&M.
No, the pound shop. Poundland.
Yeah, Poundland. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought a pound shop's now defunct.
No, that's Pound Stretcher. But it's not
Rest
defunct.
itself.
But also, yeah, you just get something like a little calendar with a dog on it, maybe an old episode of Open All Hours, something like that on
A calendar
DVD.
that smells like cake.
Yeah, something like that. So we do that. I got my mum this year, so me and her are going to a restaurant in Manchester together. That was her gift.
We've
And I
got the
her a
same
nice
gifts
mug.
as each other. That's weird, isn't it?
Sparrows.
Maybe we're going to go at the same time.
That'd
Bump
be
into each
awful,
other.
that.
Patreon special.
That would be good, actually. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was great. We split Christmas in two. Christmas Eve, I was on the radio till 10. Oh, man. What a show. No, 6 a.m. till 10 a.m. I had a full selection box before 7 a.m. Riddle me that.
That's weird, isn't it? So what did you do differently for Christmas?
I had a two.
I had a
Two before 6. We went to Becky's Village near Grimsby that has a gun shop and a pub. That's it. Oh, and a train station. So they've got a gun shop that's now started to realise that it needs to make money some other ways. So in this gun shop, they've got a freezer and a fridge where you can buy grocery goods, Coca-Cola, some bread, and frozen ice. So if you fancy a drink and maybe a slice of toast with a shotgun,
I bet you'd be a nightmare on a hunt though, wouldn't you? You'll go to the gun shop before, we're out in the growth. Just be quiet, everyone be quiet. You see a partridge in the distance. And that? And then you just hear, you just opening it.
Yeah, or I brought my portable toaster.
Yeah, Pop-Tart? Pop-Tart, I know.
Pop-Tart.
Fucking hell.
But let's talk about Christmas Day. Was interesting because I was honest. I was saying the Christmas dinner, usually in the past wasn't great, but it stepped up massively. Mum listened to the criticism, took it in a stride, sort of, and did wonderfully well.
What do you mean, sort of?
Well, they said it was some hate, throwing the plates down.
Really?
Fucking dinner.
You were slagging it off. You were slagging it off this Christmas dinner.
Just when I see others, I think, well, that's good, isn't it?
How have you got such an eye for a takeaway and a meal in a restaurant, which such is your job, when you've grown up with such sort of slurry put in front of you?
It's just basically, maybe it was the lust for the good life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you started from the bottom, didn't you?
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Look at me.
You're like Oliver Twist at mealtimes, you weren't you?
No, I didn't want any more of that shite. Ethan, how was your Christmas morning?
Yeah, well, didn't see anyone. No, I actually did see people this year, which was nice.
Did your mum make any reference to what you were saying on Christmas?
So what she said was she hadn't saw the episode and she went out with one of her friends, and the friend sat down for a coffee with her and said, "Oh, I hear what you do on Christmas Day," and she was like, "What are you on about?" And she was like, "I know how you treat your son on Christmas." And she was like, "I have
an intervention."
Yeah, she was like, "I have no idea what you're on about," but you watched the watched the podcast and brought up about abandoning me until lunchtime.
Oh, something happened. Oh, it's back. It's back.
Goes to Christmas past. That was a young Ethan fiddling with the wires.
Is it weird how people listen to the show?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know that sometimes
Ethan's mum's mate listens to the show.
Sometimes we say stuff on this pod. In this room, it's just us three, but then we release it to the world.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, do people actually listen?
We've fallen foul of that recently, haven't we?
Yeah, have we?
We can't go into too many of the details, but all that we'll say is I woke up to a pretty angry text from Joe McGrath the other day.
Yeah, you fucking hell.
That wasn't even my fault. If you've said it on the podcast, that's fair game then, surely.
Yeah, it probably
but that's the thing, we need to realise
I need to realise he's watching it. What I want to get to is a heavy debate between whose Christmas dinner was the best. Because you put on, I moved myself back, I had two great ones, but I think you put a proper good one on, a picture of it. Insert now. Maybe. Then Ethan said mine was better, but provided no photographic evidence. Right. So he said he will tell us why it was better.
Okay. Well, can I talk you through what was on mine first, so then Ethan can compare to that? So we'll put the picture back on the screen.
Oh,
and I'm going to take you around this like the sort of the 12 hours of a clock. So starting north, 12 o'clock there, you can see it's a classic mashed potato. I made that myself. Butter, milk, salt, pepper, no more. Let's not fuck about.
Shite.
What do you mean shite?
Mash is... I was eating mash over Christmas. I'm thinking, what is this baby food? It's baby food.
Well, if you want to go from baby food to adult food, the Yorkshire pudding. The closest thing to a bra on the plate.
Oh, so good.
2 Yorkshire puddings there. And now we move around to the sort of 3 o'clock. And you're thinking, what is that? The brown top, the pink underneath, and then that is sweet potato, applesauce with a baked marshmallow top.
What? What?
That there, that's marshmallow on top with apples and sweet potato underneath.
Oh, you are losing. You should have kept that to yourself. I didn't even spot that.
Now we move
he has marshmallows on his Christmas
dinner.
I don't understand.
What's going on?
Now we move
You're the only person who had marshmallows on their Christmas
Now we move
dinner.
to 4 o'clock.
What have you got here?
The Jello salad.
What?
Yeah.
How have I not spotted this?
Are you Willy Wonka? What's going on?
The Jello salad. That is a mixture of orange jelly with cream cheese stirred into it while it's still liquid.
No, you're taking the piss.
Then you've got
Show me that.
Then you've got oranges and there's dates and walnuts in that as well.
What is this, a fucking sweet shop? What's going on? I did not know. It looks good. It looks good from above.
And then you go down to 6 o'clock, you're looking at 2 of the most stunningly cooked roast potatoes you've ever had in your life.
Is that something American then?
Yeah, those 2 are both American. They're from my mum, them. Delicious. Right. Sweet treats, but wow, are they good. Centre of the plate, it's the stuffing. 9 o'clock, just running through quickly now. Turkey, up to 10, you got a Brussels sprout and a pig in a blanket that was slightly overcooked, but the sausage meat remained juicy.
What was undercooked?
Overcooked.
Oh, overcooked. Well, that's good.
So there's mine. Ethan, talk me through yours. Try and just even attempt to beat that.
Well, no, Ethan, let me tell you this. Things have changed in my mind.
First time in a while. Go on then.
So first of all, the reason I didn't take a photo of mine like you two did was because I just couldn't wait to dive into.
No, it's because your mum had taken your phone off you when she went out all morning, so you couldn't ring the police again like last year. That's why you didn't take a picture of it.
No, that wasn't the reason. It was because it just looked so brilliant, and I just had to dive in there. So what meats do we have? Oh, we're boring like most families who decide to go for turkey because they've got no real passion for food. No, we went for belly pork, and we have that with some beef. Some nice old crispy beef. The belly pork is defined.
What, an OK sauce?
No.
What are you talking about with the fried
crispy beef?
No, it's just
chili beef.
It was just we have it quite. It's quite crispy and like on the edges.
So a lovely overcooked bit of beef.
Delicious. Yeah.
Love a lovely overcooked bit of beef. Keep choking, boy.
But the belly pork was to die for. What did we have with that? Oh yes, how about the world's greatest roast potatoes? Have that on the side.
That's such a big claim.
It's such a big claim, especially when you can see the colour and the crispness of mine. You can see that. You're just telling me the world's greatest roast potato.
So
go on.
Probably your downfall, Joe, is that you've provided a photo. What I have to ask the viewers is to see Joe's potato there and think 10 times better, right? And then you've got our roast potatoes, fantastic. A bit of veg in there, lovely vegetables, and a bit of
lovely vegetables. Can't remember which ones, but trust him that they were lovely, obviously.
Lovely, the best. We also had some like homemade stuffing, homemade like apple sauce.
Ooh, top marks for making it at home. Fucking hell! If you went to a Toby Carver, you would have won.
Sorry about him, Ethan.
And of course, sorry viewers about Joe. But of course, the best. What have I left? Oh yeah, pigs and blankets. But hang on a minute, they're that big. That's because of the quality.
For the audio listener, Ethan suggested about a sort of 6-inch.
No, you didn't have a
there.
6-inch.
Yep, we did, and I had 4 of them. Four massive pigs and blankets.
The man's had 24 inches of P&B
on a Christmas day.
Because, like I said, it's the best Christmas dinner you could ever ask for, and of course, no Yorkshire pudding.
No Yorkshire
pudding.
No
Jello salad and no marshmallow on.
I just can't get in the fact that you grab a little bit of roast potato and then just slide a bit of marshmallow on it. Come on, Joe.
I see why you're struggling with that.
Yeah. So American.
Okay, but let me counter you with sweet and savoury cranberry sauce.
Delicious.
Yes, exactly. Yes, now imagine a cranberry sauce from around the world. Cranberry sauce from America. Cranberry sauce from, I don't know, sweet potato. How about Peru? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is, the idea of sweet and savoury doesn't work unless it's my little cranberry sauce that we all know and love. Think outside the box.
Did you drink a lot?
Yeah.
How much did you bevved up?
Not as much as you. So I speaking of this, you drank a lot on Christmas Day, didn't you?
Yeah. And I was 4 hours behind everyone else, so I had some catching up to do.
Yeah. Now I want to talk you through exactly what happened in our group message. Firstly, actually, let's just get to this. So, where are we here? Right. You messaged saying, Merry Christmas, gents. Our family don't have the best food, but would drink a good amount more.
Yeah, I'm already pissed.
So then Ethan said, told you burgerism on Christmas wasn't a great idea.
By the way, do you know what? After Ethan texted me that about burgerism, I got a text from burgerism saying we're open.
Was it like Spotify when it said, you're in our top 0.1% of customers?
Merry Christmas, we are open today. Here's 15% off.
Disgusting. We're treating their staff like slaves. Anyway, then you said, I've done 12 lagers.
Yeah.
No, sorry, before this, you said 70 Guinness drank already, only 4 Guinness drinkers in the house.
I've got my maths wrong there, it was 50.
Right.
50 Guinnesses.
Because as Ethan mentioned, that's bloody mental, 17.5 Guinness per person.
And I read that and I was like, what's he talking about? But then I reread my messages like, oh,
so you've done 50 Guinness between 4 of you?
Yeah, and
which
my
is still
auntie was
12
worried.
and a half
My
Guinness
auntie was
each.
worried that they won't have enough. And to be fair, she was quite right.
So you went for a wet Christmas, didn't you?
We went for a wet Christmas.
You're dreaming of a wet Christmas.
We got home. I then got a text off Andy saying, what are you up to? Everyone seems to be up for it this year around me. The pub's got a kitchen. The Alex has got a kitchen. And I was invited round to the chef. The chef texted me saying, you'll come round mine. He lives close to us. We're having a bit of a party if you fancy it. So he was up for it. A couple of my mates were boozing. Andy came round to mine. We watched Harry Potter till about 3 a.m. The Baileys, man. The amount of Baileys I drank.
So you drank
Fucking
12
hell.
Guinness. This. I'm just going to call you out here. This is bullshit then, isn't it? There's no possible way. You've also said I've done 12 lagers, and you spelt lagers largers.
You cannot believe.
So you're telling me you drank
I'm telling you.
12.5 Guinness, 12
I don't
lagers.
drink Guinness. Sorry, that's my family. I've done 12 lagers. Then there's 4 members of my family that did Guinness.
So you aren't part of the Guinness
I'm
brigade?
not 24 in.
Okay, so you've drank 12 lagers and a
I'd probably
shitload of
say I had
Baileys.
18
Okay, that's possible.
18
yeah, that's
drinks.
possible. Okay, I thought you were saying you'd had 12 lagers and your quarter of the 50 Guinness.
And it's not big and it's not clever. Boxing
It is
Day.
big. It's definitely big.
It's definitely big. It gets bigger. Boxing Day was a write-off. We just watched Chicken Run, which makes you think about going vegetarian for 10 minutes until you open the fridge. Have your leftovers?
Immediately eat a chicken pie. Makes you. First of all, you go, I should probably go vegetarian, and then second you go, wonder if I can get a pie on Deliveroo.
Was Chicken Run, for anyone who doesn't know, basically a story about chickens that try and escape the farm before being killed and made into meat. Was Chicken Run made by vegetarians?
No.
Like, was it not like one?
It was
like
made by Aardman Animation, wasn't it? The same people as Wallace and Gromit.
Did Paul McCartney not like put some money behind it?
I don't think so.
It felt very like anti-meat eaters. Do you watch it, Ethan?
I've seen Chicken Run. I can't really remember it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was motivated by animal rights activists.
By Peter.
What Christmas telly did you watch?
I don't consume Christmas TV.
What do you do to pass the time, Joe?
Yeah, you're
fascinated by it.
This happens a lot in this podcast.
I don't know what you do.
You don't really know about me.
Do you go bird watching or something?
What do you think I do?
I don't know. Read weird stuff online.
I'm quite busy.
Yeah.
Well,
But what doing?
Well, let's move on to 2023, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's look forward because it's the new year. New Year's Eve has happened.
Yeah.
Let's look forward to all the things that we're going to be doing this year. So, have you got any New Year's resolutions first of all?
Obviously, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, and this is trying my hardest, but actually, do you know what, I don't want to say it on this pod.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Anything I
just
say
tell
on
us you're
this-
going to lose 3 stone.
Yeah,
man.
I'm going to try and lose 4, so hopefully I'll lose 3.
4.
I'm going to lose 4 stone.
So, what do you weigh now?
I don't know. You love that question. He's obsessed with
no,
it. Is
okay.
it Joe McGrath's weight still tagged
Right.
into that fucking tag?
No.
What do you mean now? Fuck off.
Right.
A
That
lot.
outburst there is the outburst of a man that hasn't really thought through his literally previous sentence.
You gave me that. You gave me that. You gave me that.
cannot possibly know if you've lost 4 stone if you don't know what you weigh
I don't
now.
weigh
How are you
myself.
mad at me? You want to lose 4 stone. If you get on the scale and it says 6 stone, you don't know what you've lost.
True.
You need to know what you weigh
I
now
guess.
if you want to lose
Yes,
4
but
stone.
it's not the first yet. You weigh yourself on the 1st, don't you, of January? Technically,
Right.
it is the 1st.
So you want to
New
lose
Year.
4 stone regardless of what you weigh now.
4's a big one, isn't it?
You said...
You.
I love that. I said 3. And you went 4.
Yeah,
and then
but
now you're
for
backtracking.
Anything I say on this podcast never happens. No carb November
God.
lasted till 10 days. Sober October, I drank on the 15th.
Yeah.
If I come on here and say I'm going to lose 4 stone, I'll probably put 4 on, and that'll be the end of me. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to have I don't know. I'll go
Your
for
New
4,
Year's resolution
I'll go
is
for,
to just chill.
I go for 4 stone and hopefully I'll lose 3. And I fancy reading more.
I mean, 4 stone and hopefully you lose 3. That's very much the pit bull. Reach for the stars, and if you don't grab them, at least you'll fall on top of the world.
So true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank you to Mr. 305/Mr. Worldwide for that.
Me and Becky got we normally take January off boozing, but me and Becky got some events in January.
Love that.
So we're going to I'm going to cut beer out.
I love that. So far then, this year is going to be less healthy than last year.
Do you know what I'm going to become? And because I love it, a vodka lime and soda man.
We love vodka lime and sodas.
Fucking love it.
When we go out, we always end up on the vodka lime and sodas.
No more beer, thank you.
You say that, but we've got a night on the beer booked in.
Yeah, but it's a night on the vodka lime and sodas.
Okay, well that's going to be a fun day, isn't it? You still got it in the diary, beers with Joe McGrath, 7th of January.
Yeah.
Ethan, what's your New Year's resolution? And just to be double sure, Joe McGrath's I think was just chill out for the year. So that's Joe's, it's a classic. Ethan?
I should probably take a leaf from that book, to be honest.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't really do New Year's resolutions because I just find the whole concept bullshit, to be honest with you.
Why? But I do not understand it. It is a new year, and it can be a new you. And I know that, yeah, it is bullshit and it falls down, but it does feel good at the start of January,
let's pick
doesn't it?
something proper then.
Read more. I fancy doing a book a month.
A book a month.
Which is like the Book of Mormon, but less about
Mormons.
Yeah.
And it's like the Booker Prize.
But the Booker Prize.
You know, no.
So I fancy reading more.
Are you going to include audiobooks in this?
No.
It has to be the written word.
Sit down with my eyes.
So no, when you sit there, you go, where have I put my fucking eyes now?
I'm not reading.
They're in the fucking car.
Braille.
And fucking, she's driving away with it. Right, I'll do mine then, since you two haven't really got one. Yours is read a book a month.
Oh, you've written yours down. You and Lizzie's probably spent all night. Do you know what should we do? Should we book in a New Year's resolutions night with a pineapple slices?
Isn't it interesting that you mock the closeness that I have with my partner? Isn't that sad?
No.
Isn't that sad?
Go on then, tell us what you did at your fun night with candles.
Okay, first of all, and Lizzie will tell you this to your face, you don't need me to defend her, but she wasn't there. She isn't part of this, but thank you anyway I like that because it shows the listeners at home how much I care about my relationship. Yeah? The expectation is that I did it. I'm doing this with my cousin, actually.
Your cousin?
Yeah. New character alert.
Wow! This is series 2 kind of stuff. This is fucking hell. This is a murder mystery.
Yeah, when the viewers are meant to go, how are we meant to believe that this cousin's been knocking about his whole life when he's not mentioned him once?
So, is your cousin local?
No, he lives in Nottingham. Or thereabouts.
Okay.
So, here's what we're going to do. I've gone online and I've Googled latest, fitness and wellness fads. Okay?
Fads, yeah.
And I found this guy, and I'm sure people at home will know him. He's called Andrew Huberman.
Let me Google him, yeah.
Google him. He sort of looks like... He kind of looks... No, I don't look like you, but almost. Basically, here's what we're doing. You wake up in the morning. Cold shower.
Cold shower?
I've been doing it for 4 days. I've never felt better. 90 seconds of absolute cold shower in the morning.
Fucking stunk.
Yeah? Sunlight within an hour of waking up on the skin. It sets the cells into motion, apparently, right?
What if you wake up in the dark?
Yeah, great question. Then what you do is you stand under a really big light in the living room.
And
he said that.
You joking?
He said get under the biggest light you can. If you live in a lighthouse...
Okay.
Good, all the better for you. No caffeine within 60 to 90 minutes of waking up.
I agree with that one.
See?
If I have a coffee straight away, I'm done.
Yeah, because what it does is it inhibits your tiredness. I think it's called adenosine or something. But then once the caffeine is worn off, because your body hasn't actually used it up, it comes back with a vengeance. You get that 3 p.m. Blowout.
Yeah. Bollocks.
What? 8 hours sleep every night.
That's a tricky one, that.
That's really tricky.
What time do you normally go to bed?
About 1 a.m.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Why?
Just fucking TikTok and that.
TikTok's bad, isn't it? Because it does.
It's really bad.
You
so what I'm doing,
No,
you just get stuck and glued into it.
You just turn it on at 8, and then it's like fucking hell.
Next thing you know, it's quarter to 1. You can't even brush your teeth yet.
I've watched a whole episode of Police Camera Action because it's like part 1, and then the next thing you know, I'm on part 26. It's like, why don't I just fucking sit with an episode?
Or watching it vertically as well.
Oh my god, like that, yeah.
We're working out 5 days a week, cardio. On top of that, 4 days a week.
So you're doing 9 sessions. So what's your aim, Joe? Because
my aim.
Look at myself, right?
Yeah.
You'd understand what my aim is. You're a good-looking lad. You're fit. You're active. Why are you asked?
I'm asked because I want to get in ballistic shape. I want to get in sick shape. When someone looks at me and goes, is he all right? And everyone around me goes, not really. That's the shape I want to be in. I want people to worry about me. I want to be so fit, so active, so well tuned with myself. Just sat there in an ice bath like that. My pecs just twitching, abs dancing by all the pulses going through the ice. And everyone's like, is he? And I'm sat around Christmas dinner at the table next year in an ice bath. That's what I want. Can someone pass me the marshmallows? Nah. Freezing. I've been in this ice bath for 6 months. I want to become one with nature.
This is fair play.
So?
It's inspiring in a way.
Is it?
Ethan, what do you think about cold showers?
I think Drew's a bit of a hippie. I've decided, Drew.
Yeah.
What about a golden shower?
Oh,
What's that like? A golden handshake? I'll be up for that.
I mean, later on. Patron special. Ethan.
It smells like sugar puffs. Ethan, what do you make of that then? I'm going to be working out 9 times a week. We even just saying it is mental, isn't it?
But you're not, are you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm really worried about? Do you know what I'm so worried about?
What?
Is the downfall of this podcast.
Yeah.
Because you've got other things in your life now that you'll put ahead of it. 9 times a week working out.
Can I just say though?
And then driving lessons.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Moving house. They're gonna be 15-minute episodes.
I'm a busy boy. But what I will say is some of the cardio that's going alongside my workouts are just like 15, 20-minute walks.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah. So I'm only doing 2 runs a week.
How would you feel with it if we on the business card got a treadmill / bike that you could have in the corner, so you could do
Like a standing pod.
Podcasting whilst cardio at the same time.
And that's the thing, Joe. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Just
It would
do
be
a
good.
while the show's on.
Maybe like a bike would be better, so the camera difference isn't mad. Or a rowing machine. So every time you answer, you're like, very funny.
Yeah, oh, this is great.
9 out of 10.
Man out of 10 this week.
Are you allowed to, on this one, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know this is crass, but are you allowed to wank?
That's another thing.
What does he say about the sex and the
Self
wanking? Pleasure?
I reckon cut it out. I reckon save yourself for the ones you love the most. Do you know what I mean? Your friends and family. Because I don't think it's fair that you get all the sort of the fruits of your labour, as it were. I think that should be spread out evenly amongst,
I'm surprised this guy doesn't have you eating it.
You don't have to do that, but...
What are we looking forward to in 2023? Have we got anything in the diary, Ethan, that's, something that you go, I can't wait for that?
My dad bizarrely bought me for a Christmas present, and I don't know why he did this. A hat that looks like it could be on the Peaky Blinders, and I never wear anything like that. So maybe in 2023, I might start dressing a little bit more from that kind of era, a new fashion, a new me kind of thing.
Have you misunderstood my question?
Yeah, your question was, what have I got planned for 2023? But also, I really wanted to do a segment on Christmas presents, and we seem to have just bypassed it. So I combined the two to get that answer.
So what
you could have done, Ethan, you just answer my question.
So what Ethan did is answer
future.
a different question.
That is so confusing.
It's a classic tactic. Don't answer the question you've been asked. Ask the question you wanted to be asked.
Would you like to ask me the question again, and now I'll give you a proper answer?
What are you and then we'll ask your one after this. What are you looking
I've
forward to?
already answered that now, but okay, go on.
That's true.
Sorry.
What are you looking forward to in 2023?
Hat. I got a hat for Christmas. Hat and some socks and something else.
Not allowed to wank in the first 90 minutes of waking up.
Do you what?
No, not in the first 90.
I was going to say
180. No, I'm not even worked by them.
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ, what does that say about the BBC? Anyway.
Fader's gone up.
Someone's nudged this.
Who's pressed play on that?
All these buttons are stuck down. Ethan, what are you getting for Christmas?
Wait, that's not the question.
Hold on. Right, we're so confused. Do you know what we've got? We've got Gooch Brain. We've got Gooch Brain. This podcast is sponsored by Gooch Brain. We're recording it between Christmas and New Year. It is the Gooch. We explained this last episode.
Yeah.
It is the Gooch. And we're a bit all over the place.
Oh, then
so
Ethan,
what question are we answering here?
what are you doing in 2023?
We'll probably still go to work. Probably keep paying rent. Probably keep going to Tesco Express, get my food from there. That's probably my life, really. I do the podcast and
Every
that.
single one of them started with the word keep. Like just the same as before.
I think it's quite important because, You have to remember, I think every day you're fighting to keep everything going. Every day you fight to keep your job. Every day you fight to pay your rent. Every day you fight to keep breathing.
Yeah, you were fighting to keep breathing with this illness you've had the last few days.
Yeah, tell us about your illness, Ethan.
Make sure you check out the Sloppy Joe's Patreon, where the top sloppers unite to get all of the best Sloppy Joe's content. What extras do you get? Great question. Extra podcasts, live podcasts, behind the scenes videos. You also get early access to all of our podcasts and the very special Sloppy Joe's feature, where Joe McGrath tells you about times that he has pooed himself. There's only one way to describe it. He shits himself all the time. If you want to be the ultimate slopper, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/SloppyJoesPodcast. As you can see there, the link is in the description for all of that extra stuff. The slop mamas, the slop daddies, the slop goblins, yeah? Mr. and Mrs. Slop Shop. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/SloppyJoesPodcast for the ultimate sloppy experience.
It's been fucking awful. I just feel like I'm dying all the time. But I've kept my 100% attendance at work.
Yeah, and nearly put us at risk.
Yeah, we came in the other day. He was so ill, I almost sent him home. He had his mask on, like COVID prime time again, and he was like filling this mask up with cough.
It's fucking
And I went,
unbelievable.
Ethan, you sound terrible. Are you all right? And he didn't say yes or no. He just went, never missed a day, Joe. That was his.
You're not working down the mines, even.
Never missed a day, Joe.
You can probably call in sick.
I'm literally asking if you're all right.
We're probably fucked now because of that.
I know.
What have you got coming up in 2023?
Moving house, that's the big one.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm gonna I want to get a gym in the back garden.
What is this all about? This gym stuff.
Imagine, Joe, right? Imagine me just hitting my 30th birthday, looking like an absolute freak on a bike.
Why you ask? You've got someone who loves you,
Meh.
and
I think she does.
yeah, and she loves the way. I think you're crying, even. So she's just for yourself.
Yeah, but I think your way of looking at that is all kinds of flawed. You've got someone who loves you anyway, so why try?
No, I understand why I should try, but when you look like you, what's...
You're acting like I look great. I've got the most average body.
Why do you put your effort in, like, making more money?
Well, I think health is wealth. So in a
Jesus Christ.
So in a lot of
Tell
ways.
that to the tax man.
Yeah,
Don't you always a couple of grand, you go, fucking check this out.
right. See here.
I've not had a wank in 14 weeks.
Yeah, it says here, 9 grand I owe you, big boy. How about a flash of the old muscles instead? Because in a way, health is wealth. Put a couple of star jumps on your chart. Do you know what I mean? Go back to your boss with these burpees in mind.
Yeah, did you take cash check or star jumps?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, come with the American Express.
So you're gonna move. You're gonna move.
What are you doing in 2023?
No,
then?
this is
Such a
still on you.
perfect answer.
This is still on you.
Sorry.
No, you just got so. I want to move house, and then you went. Oh, I want to get a gym. What else do you want in your house?
I've always wanted one of them. Do you know when you get you see builders and they've got like the little, like a bucket inside a bucket inside a bucket inside a bucket.
Yeah.
And they're pouring stuff down it. I've always wanted a little slide that goes into the front garden.
That's nice.
I'd like one of them getting installed, like something from some kind of fun house on CBBS.
And you go down it.
Yeah. So in the morning I'd get out of bed and just go straight out the window like Wallace, off of Wallace and Gromit.
What about a fireman's pole?
Through the living room.
the living
Imagine
room. That'd be
Lizzie
good.
comes home from work. There's just a fucking jacket. Hey, up here! Look at this. I'm in the bedroom. And look, imagine how quickly I'd die if I did that.
Die?
She would kill me.
Oh, I thought you meant from the drop to the.
No, I would
ceiling.
be toast. Absolute
Do
toast.
fireman poles still exist?
What?
Do fireman poles still exist, Ethan?
Well, obviously they still exist.
a good point, though.
Get the
Go on,
fire.
has technology not moved on a bit?
And also, here's the thing I don't get. Why are firemen using this pole when there's other emergency services that need to get places at the speed of danger?
Yes.
No, there's no ambulance pole. There's
Also,
no police pole.
yeah, exactly.
Why do the firemen like, right, lads, we need like to get to work. Everyone else is using the stairs, but that isn't fast enough for us. It's when someone's having a heart attack at Alton Towers and the ambulance needs to get there.
On Oblivion.
You can walk down the stairs. We need a hole in the fucking kitchen.
Mad. You just build all fire stations on one floor, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you, Ethan?
Yeah.
Hey, I know what it is.
What?
Because the fire engine's so tall, they need to be at the top of the fire engine to like reel up all the hoses and that. So they need a floor that's maybe higher up.
Right, apologies, fireman.
Still a bit grandiose though, isn't it?
Do you have any firemen listening?
I don't know. If we did, we'd put water on that, haven't we?
I've got, like they do. I've got a couple. Right, why don't we do a new?
Joe just backing up the joke there.
What?
Just in case anyone didn't get it, like they do.
Why don't we do a little shout out, right?
Yeah.
Each one of us pick a, what's it called? A career, a job.
Emergency service.
No, a job that you don't think listens to this podcast.
Oh yeah, easy.
And then, right. So I'm gonna say.
And then what do they have to do?
And then they just message us saying that they work there. You got to show us proof.
Okay, so if we're gonna say some jobs we don't think happen, if you are a listener and you do this job, prove it.
You have to prove it.
Send it to sloppyjoes@gmail.com. SloppyJoesPodcast, @gmail.com.
I'm going to go with just a doctor. But not like one in like, doctor in like medicine who's like saved someone's life.
Yeah.
So,
not a doctor of like VHS.
Someone who's got, is a doctor like a GP, or if you're like, wow, if you do operations, yes please.
I played Operation with my niece at Christmas, so do I count?
Nope, sadly not. All right, down, Joe.
There's definitely no professional footballers that watch this.
What do you mean?
If you get paid to play, you ain't watching this.
Okay, Joe Smith wants a footballer.
A footballer.
Ethan?
I'll have a member of parliament, please.
Fucking hell, Ethan. There's no MP watching this, is there?
I love that. There's only about fucking 400 of him. How many is there?
I know, there's what,
the
600?
odds of that. No, it's not 600, is there?
Yeah, well...
Google how many MPs are there. I think it's like 438.
No, there's 650 MPs.
Is there?
Yeah.
Is it 650?
Because you need like 300 for... Need 350 for a majority, don't you?
You do,
how many MPs?
See, the odds are looking pretty good.
600... 650?
No.
Swear?
You're a beautiful boy sometimes, aren't
I
you?
just work for the BBC.
So 650. So it's 650.
Well, I'll open it up
billion.
to the House of Lords as well, just to double it.
Great.
Nice.
Can we give a shout out to a couple of people? One of them is a guy called Jeffrey Lee, who...
Jeffrey Lee.
I never would have thought someone like this would
Lee.
listen to the Sloppy Joes podcast, but he does, and he is the art director for British GQ magazine.
Fuck off.
Right? Get your... Yeah, listen, you want a front page model? Show me your chops and that. And then...
just tapping away like the camera finds me wherever I go. So.
You do look pretty good there. And then award-winning cake artist Molly Robbins listens to the podcast. Whoa. Shout out to her. She shared some of our stuff over the last couple of weeks.
What awards?
In cakes. She makes cakes. Some of the cakes are wild.
Really?
Look, there's a cake of a dog. No, it's not. I don't know what that is. Is it a dog?
It's a hyena.
It's a hyena cake.
Sorry, not the best example. She's made this, and Joe doesn't know what it is.
No, apologies. It just had ears.
Bloody hell, look at the trout on that.
The cake.
Yeah, look at that.
See?
Imagine that.
It's been on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Look at that, Predator. Not Joe. I mean the cake.
Not me. Oh, Joe.
Stop! Great catch. Wow. See, that's pretty good. If I'd have said cake artist, there's no way I'd have thought we'd had one of them.
So, doctors, footballers, or MPs, please get in touch. We'd love
All
to.
members of the House of Lords.
Yeah. Or if you think you've got an absolutely wild job that you think would stun us, and why you listen to Sloppy Joes, that is what we want.
No way any scientists watch this. Anyone who's read a book doesn't watch this.
Yeah.
No.
Some clever people in watching this.
Surely not.
What is one goal that we want to achieve as a slopper, as a Sloppy Joes?
The Slop Nation.
Yeah, I think we can do another live show for our birthday.
Yeah.
Which is in April.
Yeah.
So keep your ear close. What's that saying?
Close
keep
to the
your
ground?
ear on the floor.
No, close to the ground, not on the floor.
Well, close to the ground is on the floor, isn't it?
I think once you're touching something, you're no longer close to it.
Why is that a saying? I think I know.
Is it listening to train lines?
Yes! The Indians used to listen to train lines. What? In Cowboys and Indians? In the Indian films?
Not really called that anymore.
What are they called now?
There's a list of things, but none of them is... Native Americans, maybe we can go for.
When I learned that in school.
Huh? First settlers? Native
first
Americans.
settlers, when the first settlers needed to listen to where the trains come.
Yeah.
Why was the trains there if they were the first people there?
Well, this was obviously after the Europeans had arrived, isn't it? The Spanish.
Did the Spanish get there first?
I think that's where Christopher Columbus is from, isn't it?
Not Colombia.
Google, where's Christopher Columbus from?
Fucking hell, this is a mad episode today. Isn't it? Happy New Year, everyone. Christopher.
So yeah, keep your ears close to the ground for our second.
Do we have to take
ever
that bit out?
Sloppy Joe's live. No, you just made a mistake. It's just a racial slur. You didn't mean anything by it.
He loves just saying racial slurs. He says I do racial slurs all the time. I don't do. No, he loves saying you do racial slurs as well, Ethan. You're just as bad.
Where's Christopher Columbus from?
Racist!
What?
Italy! You racist! You European racist! Put that in your notes, Ethan. Timestamp that. Get rid of Joe Smith's racist comment. He's from Italy. Died in Spain.
Did it? Oh, come on.
Died in Spain.
Jesus.
What time was that, Ethan? Write that
Actually,
down.
no, fuck Christopher Columbus anyway.
Hey!
He started all this. Well, then again, if it weren't for him, my mum wouldn't have been born, and then I wouldn't have been born. So I like him, but I hate him.
Yeah, I think
Like
I've
how
changed
you
my
feel
I
about,
think I've changed my mind on it
How
now.
you feel about Milo Yiannopoulos?
Yeah, that's how I feel about unsalted butter.
I love it, but can't stop sucking off my fingers. Do you know what I mean?
Where's the cell gone?
You dip your fingers in salt and butter and then dip your fingers in salt, don't you?
Be truthful now. Have you ever put extra salt on a bread and butter?
Yeah. Have you?
So bad. It's so bad for you. What are we doing?
My cousin a few years ago, he got to the point he was having like half milk and half cream with his cereal. This was him.
Pardon?
This is his rock bottom, right?
This is mad.
He's going half milk,
is this
half
the
cream.
person you're doing things
Yeah,
with?
same guy. He realised that he needed to change his lifestyle when one day he found himself just stood at the fridge still open, drinking cream straight out of the carton.
That is.
That's too far, isn't it?
Wow.
When you're just sipping cream out of the carton while you're looking for something else to eat. That was his like waiting cream.
Single?
No.
Oh,
He's got a
he's
girlfriend.
married. I was fucking hell. Right, double. Ethan, what do you want to achieve in Sloppy Joe's for 2023?
We don't have many subscribers, do we? A few more of them would be nice. More people watching.
Bit Route 1, wasn't it?
Right, yeah, more viewers, yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Joe?
Well, I want more audience interaction. And I also want to open the slop shop.
Yeah. We need some merch, don't we?
Yeah.
We need some merch. People are making their own merch of us.
I know. Well, people have been making replicas of chocolate bars that we brought in.
Yeah, do you want to... Well, could you want to...
Sorry, I was just going to say, do you remember when people wrote in about, on the topic of bizarre jobs? Or
Anyway,
jobs
don't worry
in
about
front
that.
of
So,
people?
we had an email
What?
in
What was that?
recently.
And there were jobs that people weren't, like, things where they could advertise their podcast.
Right.
And whatever episode this is now 30, I think, 38 weeks since
37.
Joe made this promise.
What was the promise? You hadn't said it.
Joe was going to give them free merchandise.
Right, so let me address this head on.
No, you can't.
Let me
Whatever
address-
Joe's going to say now is full of shit.
Let me address this head on, right? This isn't full of shit.
Full of shit.
Do you think you look like Jimmy Savile with that top on, Joe?
There is an element... Yeah, you mentioned that on the watch song the other day, didn't you? Did you?
No. Someone
Oh,
said
I
now.
must-
Andy
I
Tate
must
said
just
now
be
then,
forward.
now then, now then.
Ah, okay.
So I said that wasn't the person's catchphrase that you think it was. Anyway, no, I don't, obviously. And secondly, here's the truth to the sloppers, the slopper army. The merch thing that we did at the start,
Was a mistake.
no, it wasn't a mistake.
Can you say sorry?
Can you let me speak? I'm sorry for Joe interrupting. I promised to give merch to different people for having good jobs, which I still want to do. What I ask you now is, so basically here's what happened is, we didn't have a bank account set up at the time. I didn't have the funds to buy the merch in my own money. By the time we did have the bank account set up, I'd lost everyone's address and name. So, if you were meant to have got a t-shirt, send those details again to SloppyJoesPodcast@gmail.com. I'll write them down, I'll save it, and I will send you that t-shirt. Send me your address and send me your size to SloppyJoesPodcast@gmail.com. I'll make sure those t-shirts come to you now. We've actually got the funds to do so. I apologise. What are you doing there?
Playing the world's smallest violin.
What do you think of... Hang on a sec. Look,
Do you want a 9 out of 10
No,
club?
no.
That's half-assed.
what
You're
do
gonna
you-
be- you're going to be fuming at.
What do you think a violin is?
Don't know.
You're
Right.
playing the world's smallest fucking TikTok, you are.
9 out of 10 club. We didn't have much time to do it, so I'm going to bring it to the table. Joe's not going to be happy with this. Joe, you need to close your eyes for this one.
My eyes are already
I'm going
closed,
to put
I'm
it in your
fuming.
mouth. Is that all right?
Not again.
Yeah. Right, stay there. Right, so my 9 out of 10 club. Open wide. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ethan, I'm not actually going to open my eyes. Ethan, this is edible, isn't it?
Well, you can suck on it.
What?
Ready?
Smells
Open,
Is it-
open, open. Ladies and gentlemen, the best of all the creams, it's the whipped cream. Not only is it used for baking and can be used in the kitchen, but also, Joe, is one of the only things we brought that could be used in the bedroom. And I thought, wow, what a treat. Was this left in my fridge because we didn't use all of it on Christmas desserts? Probably. So,
Right, the only way this is possibly going in
Ethan, do you want to try a bit?
is if you tell me a time that you've used it in the bedroom and you give me every single detail.
No. Go on.
Tell,
Fucking nice, though,
have
innit?
you ever used it in the bedroom? Yes or no?
No, orange chocolate mousse.
Okay, tell me about that story then. I need that story
I'm
for
not going to
this,
tell you my chocolate mousse
for this to
story,
have
am I?
any chance of going in.
Can't tell you that.
Give us a hint. Was it on you or was it on someone else?
It's on me.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I'm joking. Shut up, Joe.
Imagine Joe McGrath in the bedroom, fucking covered top to toe in chocolate mousse,
That was a hate crime.
like a brown jelly baby.
Racist.
Stood in the fucking
Write it down,
bedroom.
another note, another
Imagine
note.
that.
Feels like it's
Wait.
gone off that.
How come you just put the chocolate mousse on your face?
Timestamp. Don't clip it.
Come on then, explain yourself.
It's fucking good, innit? Whipped cream. Let's just say this. I mean, if your cousin was here, definitely be going in. One of the favourites of the cream.
Sorry, Stan.
You just said you used to drink cream.
Oh yeah, that's the
So
point,
me
yeah.
bringing cream to the 9 out of 10 club, of course he loves it.
Yeah.
It makes such a good noise when it comes out.
Just at the top. Have you smelled the top?
No.
Oh, it's gone off. It smells like blue cheese. Oh my god.
Oh no.
No, it doesn't go off to the 27th
Yeah,
of...
but now it's opened.
Oh, God, yeah, it doesn't...
Right, we've got to end the show. Ethan's going to vomit.
Oh, my God.
That's going to kill us.
I got it from your fridge as well.
Let's
It's fine, that's only cream.
It's not
what-
going in,
what you
obviously.
saying?
Of course. We need to get better. That needs to improve next
Do
week.
you know what I've done? Do you know what I've done? For 2023, I've started the ball low. So we can only
You've kept your ear to the ground, haven't you?
get better
Fantastic.
from here.
Right, happy New Year, Joe. Should we wrap it up there?
Yeah, should we wrap it up? What can I do? A quick Agony Bants?
Yes.
Let's get some more in. SloppyJoesPodcast at gmail.com. Send in your worries, your queries, your life's biggest challenges. Because we got a good one in this week. It's by an anonymous lady. Can you give her a name, please, Ethan?
Yes, of course. She is called Teresa.
Teresa. Teresa says, Sloppers, my car is haunted. My Seat Ibiza has a ghost called Marcus. Marcus does many things to annoy me whilst I'm driving. He beeps his horns whilst I'm at a zebra crossing, especially loud at old people and kids. That's a nightmare, isn't it? What do you mean at a zebra crossing? You've not even touched it. Marcus also loves Radio 3 and turns it on every time when we get in the car. Marcus also just slightly decreases my left front tyre a little bit every 2 weeks. How do I banish Marcus from my car? Teresa.
All of these symptoms here are just the symptoms of a faulty car, aren't they?
Maybe.
Tyre pressure's going down. The car
Beeps
horn
on the
beeps
beep.
by
Yeah,
itself
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
It's a bit faulty when you go over a speed bump, maybe. What was the other one?
Loves Radio 3.
I think the radio's just fucked. I don't think there's a ghost in the car. You just got an old car. Does she say what car it is? What year was it? Say
Ibiza, no.
I bet it's 1999.
Could be.
Back when Ibiza was at its peak. Let's be honest.
It's never gone back.
What car do you drive?
Vauxhall Corsa. You're obsessed with cars now, aren't you? This is another obsession of Joe Smith's. Just Googling cars that he won't be able to have access to for a year and a half. Because not only does he not realise there's a backlog of people doing the test, but also, to add to the backlog, do you know that this is going under the radar because of all the other strikes take the news, the railway workers, the nurses, the examiners are on strike. The driving examiners are on strike. So...
That's not true.
So it's true.
What are they striking for? I suppose they've got a good job, haven't they?
Yeah, just sit.
So you think what you're trying to say? I'm not going to be able to pass my test.
No, just focus on what's in front of you.
Full focus on what's in front of me. Okay. So what are you saying to this then?
Oh, I'd get a priest in, bless it with holy water. Tell Marcus to fuck off.
Ethan should know about this because he grew up in the sort of the Bible Belt of the UK, didn't he? So you should be able to tell us what to do in this situation.
I was going to say, I had a little drive in my new car.
Oh, did you?
Nice.
How was it?
Yeah. It took me Gran to Christmas and back.
And how
was it? Why did that not? Why did this phrasing of that sound like you shagged her?
You took your Gran to Christmas and
Hey,
back.
let's just put it this way, lads. I took her to Christmas and back.
No,
What do you mean you took her to
That is
Christmas
so
and back?
fucking wild.
I took us Gran to Christmas and back.
Oh, that's disgusting, that, Joe. Don't say that. How's your Gran's ankle? Worse now, after you took her to Christmas
You
and
got
back.
it in your mouth.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm high on bad cream. How is your Gran's ankle? Is it all right?
It's a different Gran, and she said she's still on the waiting list.
Right. And that was Ask Ethan, how's your Gran's ankle? Ladies and gentlemen.
Still on the waiting list.
Still on the waiting list. Ladies and gentlemen. This has
It's a
been
different Gran, and she's still on the waiting list.
This has been the Sloppy Joes podcast.
Oh my God! Happy New Year,
Happy
everyone.
New Year.
Get your New Year's resolutions in the comments and check out the Patreon if you haven't already. Sloppy Joes on Patreon. The link to that is in the description. Come and check us out. Extra content all the time.
I think we're going to kick off some Patreon specials with "Come Down with Me" at mine. I think we're going to do.
You should be really good at
so
this.
ready to succeed as well.
Hey,
I'm so ready to succeed.
You've built an environment in which you can succeed.
It's going to be such a learning lesson for Ethan James.
Wow.
Anyway, sign up to the Patreon. We'll see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wave, Ethan.
Bye, everyone.